Today, I am recycling a homily which I gave in July last year, just in case you did not get to hear it. But if you did, just remember the old Latin saying, repetitio mater studiorum. Repetition is the mother of all learning. Well, today we focus on that part of the gospel that says, whatever place does not welcome you or listen to you, leave there and shake the dust off your feet. This is how Jesus says we should deal with rejection. The last time that I visited South Korea for a theological conference, I noticed that even modern-day Koreans leave their shoes on a rack by the door when they enter their homes. This seems to be part of Asian culture. I saw this being done also in Indonesia, in Malaysia, and in Thailand. And we used to do it ourselves when we were much younger. Lately, because of the pandemic, people seem to be getting used to doing this all over again for very obvious reasons. You know, I really hope that we can restore this beautiful practice, not just for hygienic reasons. The practice of removing one's footwear is not just for hygiene. It also has both cultural and religious meanings. Our first reading from the letter to the Hebrews recalls that scene in the book of Exodus when Moses encountered God in a burning bush, how he was told to remove the sandals of his feet because he was standing on sacred ground. And it makes sense why. You have been walking around, you may have stepped on so much dirt. Keep it outside. Don't drag it along. Don't bring it with you inside your homes or your sacred spaces. The dust or dirt can be a good analogy for the hurts and disappointments that we often experience in life, especially when we are rejected. We can get so affected that we get disoriented to the point that we are prevented from pursuing our life's mission and purpose. Sometimes, we can even react violently when we feel that we're not welcome or we're not accepted. You remember the disciples who wanted to rain down fire when the Samaritans refused to allow them to pass through their province. And remember how Jesus rebuked them. To paraphrase what Jesus said, I think what he really meant to say was, hey guys, it's no big deal. Ayaw tayong padaanin? Oh, let's find another way. Shake it off. And that's unfortunately the difficult part of it. You cannot shake it off when you take it too personally. The gospel gives us a very good tip on how to do it. The work that you do in the ministry is not yours. It is the work of the one who sends you. And who sends you? Jesus. And the work of Jesus is the work of the Father. Remember, he said, as the Father has sent me, so I send you. So ultimately, the ones sent by Jesus are sent by the Father. This is a very sensible instruction, you know. When we experience rejection in the ministry, we should not take it too personally, to the point that we cannot sleep or carry on anymore because we are brooding on it. Remember how he said, "Whoever listens to you, listens to me. Whoever rejects you, rejects me. And whoever rejects me, rejects the one who sent me." In short, it is not you they reject, but the Lord who is working through you. Maybe they're not yet ready. Maybe it's not yet the right time. You are rejected? No big deal. No big deal. Just shake it off and move on to the next destination. You can always return when they are already better disposed for your message. Apostleship is indeed about wearing the Lord's shoes in the ministry, but not all the time. We have to learn to take them off too and shake off the dust of rejection, making sure you don't allow it to get into your system. As you enter into the Lord's presence, it is enough to be just yourself, with your bare self. I wonder if Jesus did not have this in mind when he made that gesture of washing of the feet of his disciples before they partook of the Passover meal. Could he have been preparing them for the ultimate experience of rejection that he was about to face in Jerusalem? Even John the Baptist used this imagery when he was speaking about the Messiah. He said he wasn't even worthy to untie the straps of his sandals. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it was from John the Baptist that Jesus first picked up this imagery. And I dare say that John himself probably picked it up from the prophet Isaiah, who says in Isaiah 52, verse 7, let me quote it, "How beautiful on the mountain are the feet of the one who brings good news. How beautiful are the feet of the bearer of good news." If you want to be a bearer of good news, you should not let the dust of rejection ever keep you from carrying on with your beautiful feet's task of being a herald of God's good news.